Welcome back to Longbox Diving, where we explore comics and story arcs pulled from the Longbox. And we're going to review today a new comic book day review, and we're reviewing Magic Order 2, number 2. Magic Order 2, number 2. This is the second book by Mark Millar this week. Stuart Immonen is doing the art, and this was really good. This was really pretty good. I really enjoyed the first series. I liked the story. I liked the idea. It had some letdown a little bit here and there, but overall the story was actually really pretty good. Look at that. That's fantastic. So first, the cover. That's a good cover. I'm going to give it a 3. It pertains to something that happens in the book, and that looks like the jumpsuit, sweatsuit mafia, whatever they were in Hawkeye. Is kind of interesting. They're kind of funny. And so we have, this again, really pretty good. And a big, scene. So the art in here was really kind of good. So what we have basically is, the Magic Order. The Magic Order is protecting the world and magic, all that kind of stuff. And then we have guys that don't really care for the Magic Order and what they've decided to do, what they don't, what they want to do. So now you have this young guy who gets out of rehab. He's been in rehab for like 2 years. He is a magic user, and he kind of works for the underground a little bit. But I guess he's the old fiance of the daughter, the escape artist daughter. And so they are kind of connected. And then there's the whole dream world, which looks like the Las Vegas Strip. And this is where kind of the underground mob, and they like, hey, welcome back. They're going to put him up. They're going to give him a job. All this kind of stuff going on. And they're kind of, the daughter or the girl and the fiance are kind of, hey, we shouldn't get into this, but are you better? Yeah, I'm doing great kind of thing. And then we see this guy. Now, this guy says, that was really cool because we got the flying sharks in the air. I mean, that was creepy. All right, so he's going to the Jumpsuit Mafia, and he basically wants to do a deal where they combine forces, and he becomes the leader of both forces, and the Jumpsuit Mafia becomes the second in command. He's like, why would I do that? He goes, because I hold a stone of Thoth, and I'll have the entire thing by tomorrow night. So we learned earlier that the stone of Thoth was broken apart in multiple pieces and spread across the world in different places. So nobody could find it, and only one guy knew. But for some reason, one of the stones was stolen, and so now they're in trouble. Now, the plan for the good Magic Order is to go and collect the stones and put them into the house that's in the painting, hidden away and blocked up some way. But this guy's also got a plan, and he wants to join forces, and the way they're going to seal the deal is something called the Black Wedding. And he looks at his son and goes, it's all right, Jacob. I promise to make it quick. And he toasts his little boy into bones. Wow. And then the mafia guy goes, fetch my daughter from kindergarten. I'm like, what? No. Okay. Now we're back to the guy that just got out of drug rehab. Dad's going to sell his house to pay for his gambling debts. But then we find out there's a creepy dude in his brain or in his house. I don't know what this dude is doing. But basically, this guy is not healthy yet. He is still taking drugs. He is still messed up. And then we get to the wedding. The Black Wedding. So they marry the two corpses together. And then they go out to get another piece of the stone, right? And the Magic Orders, they're guarding the place where the stone is. But they have a guy with a violin who is able to pull people 9 minutes into the future. And by the time they come back, it'll all be done. Wow. Okay, so they have a time-manipulating violin, and they have another dude, Quessator, who can find anything. You thought maybe the guys who split the stone would have thought of that they would have had some contingency to make sure the finder of anything couldn't find this thing, but they didn't. All right. So, and then we see them go to the future, and they see what happens in the future, because they weren't there in the present to defend against it, but then they'll come back to the present in a minute, and then the present will be the future. So, I don't know. This is pretty good. The art is really good. I give the art a 3. I gave the cover a 3. And the story right now is at a 3. It needs to pick up a little bit. But there's a lot of creepy stuff that happened in this book. So this is definitely a recommend right now, and it's rated at a 3. So really good. Could pick up a little bit, but overall fantastic. Definitely recommend, and we'll see you next time here in the Long Box.